USC at 8. Catch all the action on Fox and the Fox Sports app. I'll be at USC. Happy to stay home this week ahead of the Patriots and Ravens matchup on Sunday night. Ravens tight end Nick Boyle claims New England isn't ready for Baltimore. Boyle said the Patriots have not seen an offense like theirs and have not faced a player like Lamar Jackson. On the Patriots side, Tom Brady was limited in practice yesterday with a shoulder issue, although he did tweet that it was because he didn't want to take off his stormtrooper Halloween costume. So, Shannon, I know you love that one. Fox Sports NFL analyst Mark Schlereth joining us now. Good to have you, Mark. What shot to give the Ravens to beat the Patriots?
I'll give him a good shot. I tell you what, Boyle's a beast on the edge now. He is, I mean, from a blocking tight end, he is like an offensive tackle playing tight end. He is amazing. But I will tell you that covering and having covered this team, they are one of one that runs what they run. They're the only team in the league that can do it, and they are physical. They get numbers on you because they're a +1 situation where the quarterback runs the ball. But if you cut the field in half and you put a deep safety in the middle of the football field because you're playing 8-man fronts, you've got one side of the football field that has, 5 guys, one side that has 4 guys. You've got corners outside, right? They get players from one side to the next side. They've got a fullback, they've got a tight end that comes across, a receiver that comes across the formation. They've got a tailback that comes across the formation, and then all of a sudden they're running with Lamar Jackson. So they're getting 6 on 4. They're getting 6 on 5. They're getting unbelievably favorable matchups in the running game. It's like nothing you see in the National Football League. So it's going to be exceptionally tough to defend. The other thing that happens to you is, you tell me, Shannon, how are you supposed to prepare for this when you're not allowed to practice in pads anymore, right? You're not allowed to actually get those fits. You don't feel those fits until you get into the run game, until you get into the actual game. So do they have a chance? There's no question they have a chance because they're uniquely built, and they're not asking Lamar Jackson in Baltimore to drop back 35 times a game and beat you from the pocket. They're allowing him to be exactly who he is, and it's revolutionary. The way they're running the ball. They are creating runs that nobody has seen and nobody knows how to defend. And they do it every single week. And you got to tip your hat to Greg Roman and you got to tip your hat to John Harbaugh because they're creating something that they're uniquely built. They're one of one, like I said.
You think about it, Skip, what did the Patriots have problems dealing with last week?
Nick Chubb.
Running the football.
Yep.
And this team will run the football. They do what they do. We run the football. Yes, Lamar Jackson can throw the football, but he's really gifted. Now, Coach Belichick's going to do a lot of things as far as disguise. Because, Skip, you can't run the risk of playing zero coverage and have him hit the edge. He's gone. He's going to hit his head on the goalpost. So Coach Belichick's going to give him a lot of different looks. He'll think he's seeing cover 1, and it's going to be quarters, and they're going to bail out. It's going to be cover 6. It's going to be 2. You know, you can't play coverage. You don't want to play any coverage where if he jumps out the window, he's gone.
Yep.
So Coach Belichick was fired. I'm going to make him throw the ball. Coach Belichick normally takes away, what do you do really well? Okay, Baltimore runs the ball really well. He will try to put guys in the line of scrimmage to stop that and force Lamar Jackson. So you say you've improved throwing the football? Show me. Prove it.
Correct.
Prove to me that you, for 4 quarters, can throw the football consistently and accurately. And we'll find out. Because this is a very opportunistic defense. You put the ball up, they get their hands on it, they're coming down with it. If you put the ball on the turf, they're jumping on it or they're scooping and scoring. Another thing is that this is not the Baltimore defense that we're used to seeing, Skip. They don't get after the quarterback like they once did with Suggs and all those pass rushers. They lost Zadarius Smith. He was he's in Green Bay now. They did bring Pernell McPhee back, but they don't get after the quarterback like they once did. I think they're going to try to run the football, try to keep Tom Brady off the field. Because even though he's not playing to the level that we're used to seeing Tom Brady, he's still a hang 30 on you if you're not careful. And so I think that's what their game plan is. The same thing you see with Mahomes. Keep his butt on the field. Keep his butt on the sideline, and you got a great chance of beating him.
So I learned something from our man Mark Schlereth about one Nick Boyle, because he has not caught my eye yet, but you have broken it down on tape, and he is, to your point, a hellacious edge blocker.
Right.
And I guess he has helped spring Lamar on several of those escape runs, right?
Sure.
So I now know his name because I think the New England Patriots really have zeroed in on Nick Boyle, and he has become bulletin board material for a team that loves bulletin board material. It feeds off it.
They do.
And I think that was the first mistake that Baltimore made, because I'm going to remind everybody, Baker Mayfield went to Baltimore and hung 40 on their defense.
Yes.
40 to 25 was the final score, and Baker had his one big day of the year. Okay, so what do you think Tom Brady potentially could do to this defense? Could he hang, as you said, 30, 35? Yeah. Are they still limited on offense? Sanu's still trying to figure it out.
Right.
That's really your only real threat at receiver. It's still Dorsett and a little bit of Jacoby Myers.
Edelman still moves the sticks.
He still moves. In fact, that's really the focal point of your passing game. But Sony Michel has not broken out yet, and I'm just betting you're going to see more of an offensive explosion from the Patriots this time. So it's hard for me to give Baltimore much of a shot because of what Shannon Sharp just said. Lamar's going to see things he's not seen before, and this will be the measuring stick game for him, because I don't think they'll let him get out and run in this game. They let Nick Chubb get loose on them several times. He got loose, and I think they weren't ready for that, and I think they are working real hard as we speak to correct that.
I would say that they let Nick Chubb get loose because that wasn't their focal point.
That's what I'm saying. It shocked them. Yeah,
well, no, I'm saying they're like, if Nick Chubb's going to beat us, then Nick Chubb's going to beat us.
Right.
But we're not letting Odell Beckham Jr., we're not letting Landry, we're not letting the passing game beat us against the Cleveland Browns. So we'll give up 6 yards a carry. That's not going to be the focal point here. They're going to say, if Lamar Jackson can beat us from the pocket, then we'll tip our hats to the Baltimore Ravens and say, you guys beat us. But we're not going to let, I mean, I don't care. You know, Bill Belichick will probably find a rule, some archaic rule that has never been exploited before, where you can have 14 guys on defense, right? He'll figure that out, but he will have a plan to try to shut that down. The problem is even when you get it done, and I called the Seattle game, and they did a great job for the majority of that game. The Seattle-Baltimore game.
Got it.
So they did a great job for the majority of that game. You know, people forget, they look at the final score and it's 30 whatever to 13, right? It's 13-13 in the third quarter. And on 4th down and 2, they're going to kick a field goal. Baltimore is. And they're coming off the field, and John Harbaugh goes to Lamar Jackson, you want to go for it? And he goes, heck yeah, I want to go for it. Said, all right, let's go for it. They score an 8-yard touchdown.
Didn't he say he wanted to go for it?
Well, maybe he said he wanted to go for it. So they score an 8-yard touchdown. And then all of a sudden you get a pick 6 from Peters, and then a fumble recovery, you know, and it's 2 defensive touchdowns, and they win that game running away. But the problem is, even when you have everything covered, like Shannon said, everything's done. That guy will break a tackle. That guy is so dynamic. He'll make a play, and when he gets out, you can't spy him. Yeah. You show me an athlete that can keep up with that guy. There isn't one. So, I mean, this is a guy that has no disrespect to Mike Vick. This guy is more dynamic than Mike Vick right now.
Yeah, I got it. And I think Mike Vick would be the first to
I mean, it's amazing.
And you know what I didn't know, Skip? I did not know the Baltimore Ravens have the #2 scoring offense and the #2 total offense. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out a little bit more about the Patriots defense. But I'm telling you, this kid here is dynamic. Now, a guy that's giving the Patriots a lot of problem is Cam Newton. Cam Newton has beaten Bill Belichick twice in the last 5 years. He's a guy that can cause problems outside of the pocket, can throw from outside of the pocket.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this matchup. But Coach Belichick normally, what do you do well? If you pass, he'll drop 8 in coverage and says, okay, run it, because you can't beat me running the football. If you run it, he'll stack the line and says, okay, if you throw for 350 and 4 touchdowns, well, you got me today. But he's going to make, Lamar's going to grow up tomorrow on Sunday.
Yep. New England favored by 3 at Baltimore. I just think it sets up for New England to win by more than 3.
Whew, I'm looking forward to this one. We're going to have Mark stick around because, Skip, you got to catch a flight.
I got to go.
Heading to Oklahoma City, and we have to say congrats. High School Hall of Fame induction. That's a big deal.
That high school, they didn't close the high school down. That ain't no high school.
That's exciting, though.
Your high school still exists?
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Your high school still exists?
Yeah, going strong.
Can you just say congrats and move on?
No.
Don't worry, though. He will not miss the show. He will join us via satellite tomorrow.
So I got one last thing to say before I depart. Kawhi Leonard.
Whatever.
On that
Sounds
note,
good.
On that note, go catch your flight.
Good,
Okay,
right?
more
Kawhi Leonard
after this.